Do you want to like watch that here?
What do you mean?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Liberty Elementary's grand opening. I'm here with all the wonderful steering committee, the community members, everybody who's made this possible. My name's Steve Preston. I manage design and construction for Parks and People. We're so happy you could join us today. We're even happier that you've supported this project from near and far. Do us a favor, if you are on this call and you'd like to send us or save in the chat some wonderful memories that you have at Liberty, or just what this playground means to you, we'd love to hear from you. We're going to start the ceremony in just a few minutes, but again, Steve Preston with Parks and People, and we're so thankful that you're here. So stay tuned, and we've got an exciting day for you.
Could you also okay? Okay, I'm on. Mic check. 1, 2. 1, 2. Mic check. Mic check. 1, 2. You're good. You got it. Right. Thank you. Just supporting.
Right?
What are they getting at?
This. They're kind of getting behind the scenes. Like, I'm trying to show them like the camera. But yeah, I guess we started in 2 minutes, right? So we should be okay.
Hey, how are you? Long time no see. Somehow you got like even taller since the last time I saw you. Frank, what do you
Oh, is this your son?
21.
I know, but
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We're gonna get ready to start. So, committee members, I'm gonna ask you to to my left. VIP invited guests, delegates, state senator, Dr. Park, Dr. Santelises, their seats for you to my right. Go for it.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We are so grateful that you are here. I am Frank Lance. I'm the president and CEO of Parks and People. And we are honored and humbled with the fact that we had the opportunity to be the project manager for these gifts that we now bring to Liberty Elementary School. These gifts, these two playgrounds, born out of the dream of Shelley Goldsecker and Brenna Carter, seemed improbable to some and impossible to others, but they dreamed nonetheless. And out of their conviction and passion, they convicted and convinced others to see and, more importantly, believe in their dream. So, former and current Forest Park residents, Baptist Phillip and Wayland Baptist congregants, individual givers, foundations, and others rallied behind their dream because they believe, as Parks and People would say, everyone deserves a part. So we thank all of you who are gathered here today. All of you who are here played a part in helping this dream become a reality. And we also want to thank those who are watching with us virtually. There were a number of givers who gave, and you are watching with us virtually. We want to make sure that you understand that we know that we would not be here without you. And we don't take for granted your contribution and your prayers. So this endeavor has been a true public-private partnership at its most organic and authentic form. We believe that this can be an archetype of what can take place all over Baltimore City, so that individual givers and foundations and nonprofits can come together and take in our own hands the changes that we believe our city needs. And so today, we will hear from elected officials, appointees, and others who gather with us to cut the ribbon, because this community and this school deserves the very best. And we believe that that's what this committee and these others have delivered. Making this happen is a form of social justice. And again, Parks and People is proud to be a part of it. And so with that in mind, we're going to be calling up a number of the officials that we have here today. We're going to be calling up the dreamers who had the audacity to dream, and my religious tradition would say, and then they dreamed again. We will hear from others. Then, having heard from all, we will move toward the playground. We will cut the ribbon, and Liberty Elementary will have two brand new playgrounds, one for 2 to 5 year olds and the other for 5 to 12 year olds. And so, with that in mind, I will ask first U.S. Senator Ben Cardin if you would come and give your remarks, followed then by State Senator Jill Carter, and we will ask her to represent the 41st.
Frank, I'm gonna lower this a little bit if you don't mind. Frank, first of all, thank you for your leadership for this ceremony today. It's good to be here with my colleagues, Senator Carter, Delegate Rosenberg, Councilwoman Middleton. We come to many ribbon cuttings, I want my colleagues to know this one is really special. You see, this is my school. This is where I graduated from elementary school. So this is a special day. So many important things happened at this school. It's where I met Myrna Edelman. Cast my eyes first on her. Are really attractive. This is a special place, and it is really. I think back, and Madam Superintendent, as you know, education is a great equalizer. But I can tell you today, I'm so proud of Myrna Edelman Carden and Shelley Abrams Goldsecker for their dream, as Frank has said, that today becomes a reality. And education is the great equalizer. I'm the grandson of immigrants, and now I serve in the United States Senate. I know that my third grade teacher, Mrs. Patty, would be surprised that I graduated from high school. And she'd be shocked that I'm in the United States Senate. But Mrs. Rawlings, our principal, instilled confidence in every one of the students here at Liberty School. And the fact that I know all of my teachers' names from elementary school, we all do, says volumes about how important this school was in our development. So I understand that in Washington, D.C., we're debating a $1 trillion infrastructure package. But to the children here at Liberty School, this is the most important investment we can make in their future by investing in their school and their playground. This playground, I think about the playground, it's part of the development of children as they get their physical and social skills that are brought together. But it's also an important statement to our children as to how important they are. And when you looked at the playground that was here before, and you see what's here today, it's a message to our children that they are our most precious asset and will do anything to help their future. This was an incredible moment, I believe, for us to say to our children, we know that our future is in good hands, and we're going to give you everything we can to make sure that's accomplished. I'm so proud to be an alum from Liberty School and to represent this school and this community in the United States Senate. Congratulations to all involved for making this happen.
Morning. I'm so pleased to be joined by my colleague, Delegate Sandy Rosenberg. I'm State Senator Jill P. Carter, and we are here because of our strong support for this school and this community. We know that that outdoor learning as an extension of the classroom is essential for the health and well-being of our children. And even before the pandemic, many of our children, including those in this school and this community, were suffering as victims of social injustice, racial segregation, and discrimination in Baltimore City. And this is just one example, one good thing that we are doing together as a community and as all stakeholders to give back, to build our children, to build the strongest children that we can. Now, this is truly a community school, and we are so happy to be representatives of this community, where you have this unique coming together of proximate people, the Baltimore City Public School System, the various foundations, Goldsecker and April foundations, and then us, your partners at the state level, that will do everything we can to offer support where needed for this endeavor. We believe very strongly in our children, and we're very much looking forward to them enjoying this happy place and happy space. So thank you all for being here, and thanks for your contributions.
Thank you, Senator Carter. Thank you, Cardens, Goldseckers, everyone who has made this day possible. This complements these outdoor gardens, playgrounds, complement the work that goes on inside the school. The work we have done with you, with parents, to implement the Kerwin plan. This is all a part of making sure that every child counts. Every child counts. My history, I didn't go here. I went to Cross Country Elementary. My father went to what was then Bethel Villa, now Wayland Baptist. That's where he and the senator were bar mitzvah. But he was further south. I don't know which was the better neighborhood, or it didn't really matter. Didn't go here, but he grew up on Vickers Road. But we're all graduates, whether we went here or not. We're all graduates of public schools, so many of us, and it's a great day here today. We look forward to work like this throughout our district. Thank you.
Good morning. It is great to be here in Northwest Baltimore and at Liberty Elementary. Let me first say hello to my elected counterpart, Senator Cardin. Welcome home, sir. Senator Carter, Delegate Rosenberg, Council Vice President Middleton, Madam CEO. This is a great day. It's a great day to be back home in Northwest Baltimore. Senator, I did not go here. As you know, I went to Malcolm X and Dr. King, but I spent a lot of time in this neighborhood. Actually, most of it, I think, recently was spent on Mr. Collins' porch getting lessons when I was a young community liaison. I used to get my hair cut and braided in this neighborhood right on Garrison, and spent a lot of time eating at Supreme Oasis. All of those who know Northwest Baltimore know about that. But I want to, I miss it actually. I miss it a lot. Mainly, I miss the sign about why you should eat pork, which is something I try to impress upon young people, but they don't listen to me too much. I really came here today to thank everyone who made this possible. From the Parks and People Foundation for spearheading the project. Pastor Lance, thank you so much. Partners at Baltimore City Schools, the Baltimore Community Foundation for selecting Liberty as one of their selected community schools and making this crucial investment into our most valued resource, the future of our city, our young people. I would also like to recognize Shelley Booth and Myrna Carter for taking this initiative and jumpstarting the fundraising efforts for this project, and all of the other elementary school 64 alum who helped finance this project. The architect, Ford Copeland Knott, for designing this as an inclusive and welcoming space for all young people in Forest Park, especially children living with what we call special abilities, who are far too often denied access to these spaces. And last but not least, I want to thank the community, our Liberty Elementary students, staff, and teachers for calling us to action and for your commitment to bettering our city. Thank you all for coming together to make a difference in the lives of our young people. It is going to take all of us, as I always say, working together to ensure that they are afforded the opportunities that have been denied to them for far too long, to prepare our young people to be the brightest and best version of themselves and the promising leaders that we all know they can be. And we know that recreation plays a big role in the development of our young people. Out of the gate, far too many of our youth in Baltimore face obstacles to success, obstacles that we know are rooted in racism and inequality, and obstacles that can be overwhelming. The dilapidated 25-year-old playground that was here before sent the wrong message to our young people. It sent the message that they didn't matter. It sent the message that they were not valued. It told them that as a city and community that we did not care about them. This is about sending the right message to our youth, correcting past wrongs and preparing for a better future. The playgrounds send that message, ensuring that access to high quality facilities like playgrounds. And we have some work that we will get done on the pool and some other things here to continue to show the young people that we care. It's a signal to them that they are seen. My administration, along with all of our partners gathered here today, will continue to prioritize youth in Baltimore, let them know that they matter, that they see, and that they will be invested to help foster a healthy lifestyle that is physically, mentally, and emotionally healthy. I want to thank you all again for making this possible, and just thank and hope that we all continue to work together on projects like this throughout the city, so that Baltimore can be the best version of itself. And the only way that we're going to do that is together and by investing in our young people who are our future. Today is a day to celebrate here in Forest Park. Thank you very much.
Good morning. It's hard to come after a group of folks who really have said so much, but I think what they had said the most is by being here and their presence being here, really signifies just how important an event this is for our community. So I want to thank again Senator Cardin, Mayor Scott, who is also here, Senator Carter, Delegate Rosenberg, and Council Vice President Middleton. I have to remember. So I want to thank everyone for being here. And I will say it is a special bonus being an educator. I always learn something every day. And today I had no idea that the Cardins met here and that this was now fertile ground for future dating. So that's another plus in the Liberty profile. But I will also say today's plus is the fact that what you see here today is the community coming together across departments, across neighborhoods, and across time to say that our young people are worth the investment that you see here now. These might look like just everyday play spaces, but as the mayor just referred to, we know developmentally that play in early years is absolutely key for solid and healthy growth of young people. We also need to just acknowledge and name here that many of our students were those who were most impacted over the last 2 years in their inability to be able to get out, to be able to have outdoor space that was safe. And when you're in a pandemic and outdoors is one of the safest places you can be, it's actually a double impact when you can't be outdoors. What these spaces say is that our young people are worthy of that kind of support, that kind of space. I think you should also know that because of just the strategic design of these spaces, I think it's important for you to know that this is also going to be a place where there's outdoor classrooms. Teachers inside will be able to bring their children outside. You'll see some of the gardening boxes here. There's outside chalkboards and areas for young people to be able to engage in. So as wonderful as these spaces are just visually, and as much as they are community gathering places, I think the educator in me wants to also say thank you to everyone for really investing in the education of our young people. I want to thank former Principal Manko, who is here with us today, current Principal Freeman, the entire staff of Liberty Elementary School, who make sure that learning happens both outdoors and indoors, and really just to, again, say thank you, and we need more of this kind of partnership across our community, and thank you for coming together, and this gorgeous gift to our school and our children and our neighborhood. Thank you.
And I also would like to thank all of my esteemed colleagues from the federal, state, and local mayor. Most importantly, I see community here. I know that Dr. Freeman was just elated about this partnership. As a new principal here, this is an example of all the connections and partnerships that we must have throughout the whole city. Our schools are the second homes of many of our students, and this is the beginning. These are the kinds of things that attract and keep our students here, especially at an early age in life. This is the age where you can really begin to shape and mold and help the individual and the parent and make that connection. We have the faith-based community here, which is another important part of that connection. And I can't thank enough all the people that put together the finances and the money to make this investment work. And as everyone has said before me, this is an example of what we can do and what we will continue to do around the city. And I am so thankful that this beginning started at Liberty Elementary School. It's a school that's connected to a recreation center as well. And it's so strategically on a corner that's in between and almost in the center of an important part of Northwest Baltimore. So again, I can't thank all of you, every one of you that has been involved in this project. I can't thank you enough.
Vice President, thank you. And so now we're going to hear from Dr. Freeman, who will talk about what it means as principal to have these new playgrounds. And again, as Dr. Santalisa said, we also want to recognize Dr. Joe Manko. This dream started under him, but Dr. Freeman will come and talk about what it means to be principal now having this. And then we will hear from the dream architects. We will hear from Shelley Goldstecker and Randall Carden, and then we will cut the ribbon.
Good morning, everyone. To the forerunners of this vision, thank you so much. Former Principal Manko. Prior to being appointed here as the principal, I was greeted by Ms. Krause, Mr. Manko, and they were telling me all the amazing things they had planned for our playground. And I remember Ms. Krause asking me, she said, Mr. Freeman, we need you to support the vision. And so I stand here today in full support of what has happened and what it means for our students here at Liberty Elementary School. As you guys know, play is a very critical component of our students' day. And so considering that we're now in a pandemic, and like Dr. Santalisa stated, our kids not having access to outside play on a new playground, now that this day is here, that they can actually come outside and play, it really means so much. Our students will have an opportunity to come outside to learn. We're going to have outdoor classrooms, and I'm really, really excited about, and they are really excited. Our parents, our teachers, the community, we're just so eternally thankful and grateful for this vision. And we're just really excited to get this day started. Our students are probably looking out of the windows in excitement to come out and play on the playground after our ribbon cutting. Mr. Manko, thank you so much for the groundwork that you laid as the former principal of this great institution. And I appreciate you for passing the torch, and we're going to continue to run with great energy. And we're going to do amazing things here at Liberty, and it's going to start with these two brand new playgrounds. So thank you everyone for all of your support.
Welcome and thank you for joining us this morning. When Myrna and I began this journey, we needed to really get us so far. That to make this dream come true, we need a lot of partners with expertise, wisdom. As we forged our team, little did we know just how blessed to be. Dedicated, knowledgeable, and truly lovely people to make these playgrounds a reality. The respect and collaboration that defined our team was truly special. And Myrna and I'd like to take a few minutes to just acknowledge each member who has been invested in this labor of love. Individually and collectively, they were instrumental in helping to make this day possible, and we are forever grateful to have been on this journey with them. Florence Campbell is a terrific community activist and has been involved in every part of this dream. Rick is smart, hardworking, insightful, and tenacious, and the Forest Park Ashburn community is blessed to have him as advocate extraordinaire. Thank you, Rick. Has kept track of the bills and the budget, and we thank you, Laura, sincerely. Goldstecker Foundation has been awesome. She applied for the grants, tracked our success, and brought knowledge, willingness, and an eagle eye to all our lists. Thank you so very much, Kate, for your wonderful can-do attitude. Gallagher, president of Goldstecker Foundation. His leadership, humility, kindness, and grace are unparalleled. He listens deeply, cares profoundly, counsels with clarity and calm, and works tirelessly with an open door and an open heart. Thank you, Matt, for your warm-hearted spirit of generosity. Brainstormed with us at the very beginning and challenged us to think big. We so appreciate the sage advice and encouragement throughout. Thank you, Ken. Out to alumni near and far, reawakened their treasured memories and ignited their passion to pay it forward by contributing to this dream. Thank you so very much. Sarah Krause, former assistant principal at Liberty School. has been with us from the very beginning. She always has the same answer when you ask her to perform miracles. She says, easy peasy. She produced a video that I hope you saw before the program began, as well as the invitation. She loves the children here at Liberty School and is always looking out for their best interests. Frank Lands, the CEO of Parks and People, has an unmatched grasp of both the big picture and the smallest details. He's a big believer in playgrounds and the difference that they can make in the community. Lane Lipsky from the Baltimore City Public Schools is incredible as he melds his decades of expertise and oversight to keep school facilities in tip-top shape. His kind heart and tireless efforts were key to making these playgrounds a reality. And Joe Menko, the former principal of Liberty School, actually started the project and always had the confidence that we could build a playground. Dr. Freeman, the current principal, picked up where Joe left off. Steve Preston of Parks and People worked with vendors to get the best price for the best equipment and then explained to them it had to be in the ground by November 1st. They comprise our dream team, and the commitment and passion for this project made today possible. Shelley and I can't possibly thank all of you enough for your time, human, and camaraderie. It's been a joy to work with you all, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. 65 years ago, when I stood on this playground for the first time, I felt enveloped by the safe, secure, and nurturing embrace of not only the school and its teachers, but of the entire community. For me and my brothers and everyone we knew, this was the epicenter of our world. From home. We felt surrounded by a community in which our schools, our religious institutions, shopkeepers, and neighbors all knew us by name and worked seamlessly to create a safe haven and a nurturing environment in which we could thrive. Vern and I revisited our beloved elementary school almost 2 years ago. What we found within its halls was that the same feeling of community still exists today. The principal at that time, Joe Manko, had created a culture of caring with a community of concerned parents, grandparents, and volunteers who fill the school and surround the students with love, learning, and comfort. He had created a home away from home for the kids at Liberty today. So even though the names we found had changed from School 64 to Liberty Elementary, and from Bethel congregation down the street to Wayland Baptist Church, the extraordinary feeling of community and caring that Myrna and I had experienced decades ago truly still exists today. Then as we reached out, we found a rich tapestry of community members who enveloped us in the project to help make it a reality. We feel gratitude for the community leaders and concerned neighbors who offered advice, hard work, and commitment. For gratitude for the Baltimore City school system, foundations, corporations, community partners who all responded so generously with incredible financial support. And we feel profound gratitude to Nancy Hackerman and the Lillian and Willard Hackerman Foundation, whose belief in the potential of playgrounds to elevate the lives of children led to a transformational gift, which catalyzed additional support. Thank you, Nancy. To the scores of alumni who felt a reawakening of cherished memories and sent in gifts from $10 to $10,000 to celebrate the community they had experienced at 64 and help pay forward that sense of joy and hope to the next generation. And I feel tremendous gratitude to Myrna for partnering with me on this and other endeavors throughout the years, and for tirelessly investing her amazing organizational expertise, leadership, and kindness in all she undertakes. When I stood on this playground 65 years ago as a student, I could never have understood the indelible and meaningful imprint that School 64 had and would have on my life, as well as on the lives of thousands of alumni. So much of who we are today is in large part due to the caring community, nurturing teachers, lessons learned, and enduring friendships made on these sacred playgrounds of our youth. I can't thank you all enough for affording me the opportunity to reconnect with 64 and the wonderful memories I hold dear. I only wish the same for the Liberty Elementary students who will play on these new playgrounds today and in the years to come. Thanks to all of you for helping us to make these playgrounds a reality. Kelly and I decided that we would not show each other our remarks. They sound familiar and also thanks. Please bear with me. I'd like to add my welcome and thanks to the elected officials who are here to celebrate with us and the donors who are live streaming this joyful moment. When I told one of my friends about the playgrounds here at Liberty School, or 64 as we used to call it, she said that every child needs a safe place to just play and be a child. That wise and insightful comment has stayed with me throughout these months, that we have worked to make the dream of a new playground a reality. Certainly, Ms. Shelley called and asked me to go with her to visit our old elementary school. We were doing this to reminisce, with no thought of building a playground. But when we left after our first visit, our hearts were filled with admiration, love, and joy. The children in school that day came ready to learn, despite the challenges that they faced outside of the school. Devoted and experienced teachers, a wise and creative principal, Joe Manco, who was constantly thinking outside the box. Dan had actually visited the school a few years ago. He came home singing the praises of everyone, and especially Joe. He went on to describe the field trips that the children took, or using the rec center for the community, and how well the children were doing in their standardized tests. Shelley and I agreed we wanted to give back, but still not thinking it would be a new playground. But once we saw the conditions of the playgrounds, we understood why Joe told us that new playgrounds were on the top of every boy and girl's list. As you heard when we thanked our committee, a wonderful village was created, each person bringing his or her expertise. And then there are our donors. More than 100 alumni and 15 foundations gave, with a shout out to Nancy Hackerman and Brooke Casel, and we thank you all. One donor sang the school song to me. Others talked about June Joyance, where they had sticky apples and lemon on a stick. Those of us who were fortunate to attend Liberty School have indelible memories. We hope that the children who are here at the school now or will one day attend will experience the same pride and love for their school. I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say that Shelley and I talk nearly every day since we said, of course, we'll help build the playground. The conversation often started with her saying, I have an idea. She's creative, caring, empathetic, and experienced in leadership roles. Shelley dots every I and crosses every T. She is thorough, persistent, and high standards. I'm proud to say she's one. To my husband, this is the harder. I always say it's the shower, it never happened. To my husband, Ben, you have listened to my stories about the playground early in the morning when we walk and again in the evening when you come home from Washington. And I deeply appreciate that, especially when I know you have many, many other things to think about. The fact that we met here at our beloved 64 certainly means a lot to both of us. Ben often says that we met while we were in the sandbox. I must admit, I don't remember that. But I do remember a cute boy in the other 6th grade named Benji Carden. But that's a story for another time. Remember, every child needs a safe place to just play and be a child. This has been a labor of love for all of us. Thank you. Now let's cut the ribbon so the children can play in the playground.
Move toward the ribbon. All of the EIC and committee members will get inside the gate. We're going to move toward the ribbon. Ms. Hackerman. Ms. Hackerman.
From the heart.
I doing Delhi?
How are you?
Good.
Good.
your representative. Rick, Rick, your representative. Okay, all right, everybody. All right, we're gonna count down. We're gonna do 3, 2, 1, and then we're gonna cut. 3, 2, 1. Cut. All right.
Playground's officially open.
So you've been here for 3 years.
I feel like since he gave me a call, this is a call of it.
Sally, did you get a piece of ribbon? Yeah, I do. I love what
Isn't it? This is awesome. This is awesome. Really? We see some adults up there. You think like Toby would. No, I didn't see him. I didn't see him at first. How are you? I didn't see you earlier. I I just came back. I took my sister on. I can drop them off. It wasn't as good as in person, but it was nice to see you. They had one. You take care. Yes, yes, yes. It's beautiful. Right. Yes, it is. Yeah, this is great. Yes, he is. He's sitting home and just do it. And then it's kind of cute because we have to chat to communicate. Nice, isn't it? So what are you doing now? Right now. Oh, my grandmother. Okay. And the people. That's awesome. That's great. Yeah.
How you doing?
Oh, he was ready to go. Awesome. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jill Scott. Oh, you
So internationally, I don't have a local, I don't have a local district office because I'm always available.
Do you have a call? Do you have a call?
I don't think I do, but you want to serve. What I mean is like, I give out my cell number.
Yeah, give me.
And I'm always.
You know what I mean?
What do you she have to take it. PTO president.
Yes.
413.
Oh, they have your car?
4072.
Okay. You wanna do it now?
414072. It's my cell number. I'd be better with texting.
Yes.
Than calling. And if it's something complex, of course, I'm gonna refer you to my email, to my staff to set something up.
And the name is Bill Scott.
No.
To your car.
If I could sing, I would not be doing
I know this. How about that? It's a pleasure. Yes, this is my vice president. Yes, yes. And this is my dedicated grandparent.
Yes,
She comes
yes.
every day to
Yes.
assist. So, I will be tapping into some of your resources and you can, give us something, tell us something, do something, whatever it may be. At the time.
Okay.
Yes. Because we're looking forward to great things happening under the leadership of the new principal.
Yeah, do you all do any work with the rec center?
Not at this time, but we are hoping in the future. There's some little details have to be worked out.
It needs to come back on.
Well, because I've been working with people like
Yes, I know, there was a little disturbance in the project. As soon as that is settled, I think we'll have a partnership, just because of the community and all the stuff. It's a great plan laid out, that the principal has laid out.
Oh my God. If I had to wear a dress. I really want to go out there.
I know, me too, right?
Not in those heels. Not in those heels.
Not the dress.
Oh, the
That's
dress.
the whole point. I started to wear pants today.
I started to wear dress.
Steve Preston. I met you. Doug Brown. Yes. What do you think?
You remember back in the day, we used to have Mr. Friendly. Yes, Officer Friendly. Oh my God, still didn't see you, didn't recognize you outside that man.
Yeah, good. How about yourself?
Yeah.
Is this my neighbor?
Yes.
Yeah. No, right here, your neighbor. Okay. How are you?
I'm good. How about
I'm
yourself?
good. What's going on with that house that burnt right
Oh my goodness, you said something about it earlier when the council. One of them too. It was torn down last month.
It's crazy.
It is. It's all paperwork, contract, and all that kind of stuff.
Is it real?
I don't know. That's why I was going to go earlier.
I just got understanding.
Co-councilwoman, Lewis's office.
That's right. Did I have to swing already? Why can't we get a traffic light and it says street light?
many traffic, too many accidents, too many.
Never been.
No, this morning had another accident. Car accident. I didn't see, I just heard the bang, 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 and when I ran out, it was on top of my apartment block. Yeah.
But you can't, when street like this, you have to scare the traffic light on everything.
But
So you
at
got-
that one, me,
You got one
by the
at
fire
firehouse.
station,
You got one 2 blocks away.
yes,
And, Bernard.
yes,
Then you got, 4 blocks.
yes, yes.
You can't have one of them.
So why that one, because of so many accidents today?
I don't know.
Yeah, and insurance, they are very high because of all the accidents.
But it must not be, because next point.
He took time off for today. He took time off. I like that. I like that one. Yeah, yeah. Mr. Maker, did you take a swing on there? Did you take a swing on How are you? Good to see you. I hope that
Yes, I did.
Okay, I was wondering if they're gonna do it. Get out, get out. The mayor. Carter. Okay.
Ladies, you're doing good.
Hello.
You got it done. You got it done. Prayers take time, but they get done. Jesus is still on the main line.
Tell him what you want.
You got that.
Tell him what you want.
We first started doing this. Remember?
Come on.